What's up, guys, and welcome to the Week 3 wrap-up for the Dead Air Invitational Blood Bowl 2 League. I'm, of course, Goramoth, and as per usual, since it's the end of the week, we'll be going through the previous week's matches, seeing what the results of those were, and checking out what's going to be happening next week. So, of course, there are links to the previous matches of this week on the screen right now. You can click those to check them out. If you want to avoid spoilers, if you haven't seen any of the matches, you should click away from this video, because we're going to be hopping in to take a look at the results. So yeah, you've been warned. So let's look at the schedule. So yeah, this week we had Uniform764's Praetorians, so Robin's Braves, match up against SomekindWizard's Chaos team, Boresville Travel. As you can see, that ended up in a 1-0 victory to the Chaos team. It was an interesting game. Actually, if you haven't seen it, and you're just checking this video anyway, I highly recommend you go and watch that game, because that game was... The 1-0 doesn't do it justice for how silly that game was, okay? The second matchup, of course, was my Wood Elves, Folklore, and Fairies against Titanscreed's Alcoholic Gameplay and Orcs. That was actually a bit of controversy about that match. It ended up being a 2-1 victory to my Wood Elves, but... we ended up having to replay that match 3 times because of black screening. The first time we played it, it was most likely going to end up in a 1-1 draw. Then I black screened on turn 13 or 12, something like that. So we tried again, and Titan, he black screened on turn 6. So we stopped, waited a couple of days, and played it again, and we got this match, no black screens this time. So, bit unfortunate. I personally think the game that we ended up with, maybe in terms of spectacle, wasn't quite as good as the first game we played, but I think it's still a good game, so yeah. And finally, the last matchup of the week was RonithStyle's Dragon Tamer Chaos team against Greg's, or Noximus's, Tilted Scales, aka the Lizardman, and that ended in a 2-1 victory for the Dragon Tamers. That's also, honestly, I think all the games this week were worth watching. That game was RNG frenzy. I would just say that's all I'll say. It was just RNG, the Dragon Tamer game. So yeah, bit of a nasty game. Probably worth a watch though. It was kind of fun for a spectator at least. Okay, so let's actually look at the teams, because there have actually been some level ups and improvements this week, and possibly injuries. I don't remember. So starting off with the Dragon Tamers, as of course coached by RonithStyle. I don't know if he's had any upgrades. He's got he's got an injury on a... Yeah, he's got another Chaos Warrior out for a week, which just isn't good. Because if we look at his lineup, yeah, the SPP on his Chaos Warriors is just it's not looking good. The only SPP he's managed to pick up is 2 on Syntax Terror. He's also got an injury on a Beastman, which I think is it's a Fractured Arm, so he's losing a Beastman again this week. Or next week, but that doesn't matter too much because he'll get a Journeyman Beastman. But yeah, he did actually get 2 level ups. He got 2 level ups on these Beastmen, PJ Switch and Eagle Eye the Blind, both of which he took Mighty Blow on. So if we have a look at Mighty Blow, add 1 to any armor or injury roll made by a player with this skill when the opponent is knocked down. So basically, he's got 2 Beastmen that are more likely to cause injuries. Straightforward. Ronith is going straight for the bashing game. That's about it. Nothing new. Still got the guy with the arms. But yeah, he's gonna be struggling this week because he is down a Chaos Warrior and a Beastman. It does mean his team value will drop quite a bit, which means possibly a lot of petty cash, which he can then spend on stuff. Have to wait and find out. Alright, next team up is the Tilted Scales Lizardman, coached by Noximous. Let's have a look. I don't know if he got any level ups. Crazy Eyes was already leveled up, that I remember. Little Sprinkles is 5 out of 6. Sorry, not Little Sprinkles, copyright infringement. Private Ryan's 5 out of 6, and he's got 2 on Bird Muncher, 2 on Lucky Larry. Spiky Stew already had block. Fancy Frank? I think that's a new one. I think Fancy Frank also. I think that's a new block that he didn't have last week, but I can't remember. But overall, that's about it, so it's possibly 1 new block. Other than that, he's the same. His Skink's still got Jump Up. Spiky Stew still has block, and maybe 1 new block. So yeah, nothing much in the camp for the Lizardman. I don't think he even picked up any rerolls. No, he's still pretty much on the same rerolls. I don't think Ronith picked the rerolls either, because I don't think he had the money. I would just quickly double check though, because I forgot to look. I think he was on 3 before. But either way, he's got 3 in a pocket 30, so yeah. Alright, I'll call it gameplay and orcs. I believe we had some level ups. Earthworm Jin leveled up. Catch? Yeah, Catch. So you grabbed Catch. So he's Titanscreed is doubling down on his sort of like he's that goblin is there to score the touchdowns. So he's doubling up on that by allowing an actual passing game rather than the goblin trying to pick the ball up. It's interesting that he went for Catch over sure hands. I'm not saying one's better than the other in this specific circumstance. It's just interesting that he's gone for the Catch, because Catch implies that he'll be throwing the ball to the goblin. I mean, it makes sense because he has a thrower who already has sure hands. So the idea is obviously the thrower picks up the ball using sure hands to make sure he can actually do it, and then he throws it, which he gets a reroll on because of pass, and then the goblin has a reroll with Catch. So he's essentially got, in that 3 steps of action, you know, pick up, throw, catch, he's got a reroll on all of them, which is pretty good, I guess. Apart from that, blitzers are all still the same. Yeah, that's it. Just the Earthworm Jin, the goblin. That is a little bit unfortunate. He's 5 SPP on 2 of the blitzers. He's doing slightly better than Ronith in terms of acquiring SPP on his Black Orcs, because Black Orcs are sort of equivalent of Chaos Warriors, but the main issue is he still hasn't got any of them leveled up. But he is getting there. 5 SPP, 2 SPP. It's better than Ronith's doing, but yeah. We'll have to see how it turns out for him next week. Okay, the Praetorians by Uniform764, so Robin's Braves. Team roster. So yeah. I don't think he's got... So this guy leveled up, I'm pretty sure, this week. Fat Twitch already had Kick, I remember, he already leveled up. I'm pretty sure this is a new level up, so the name that I couldn't pronounce last week, and I can't pronounce this week still, Thebal de Leonesi or something like that. He's got Guard. Guard's pretty good. Guard allows you to assist in blocks even if you're marked by someone, so it's pretty good. The main thing that man's picked up is he's now got... he started the league, if you remember, with 3 blitzers and 3 blockers. Then last week he picked up enough money to get a 4th blitzer, and then this week he's managed to pick up enough money to get a 4th blocker. So he's actually 4 blockers, 4 blitzers, which is pretty good. It means he can minimize on peasants. He only needs to run 3 peasants. But as you can see, he is down a player still. Peasant died. And I think that was actually last week, and he's got an injury on this guy. It is just a miss next game, but it does mean that he's going to be down a blitzer. So this week he's going to be playing with 3 blitzers and like 2 extra journeyman peasants. So not the greatest, but oh, he did get a level from this blitzer. I don't think that's there. So yeah, he's got guard on this one. He's got a level up here. I believe he took pass. Yeah, it's an interesting choice taking pass. I know he didn't roll doubles because he was complaining about it, so he could only pick from general and passing skills. And he took pass, which I'm not sure. I wish I could check the skills. Pretty sure dodge is an agility. Pass is pretty interesting. It does mean that this guy can like throw the ball to other, because all the blitzers start with catch. This guy can pass more realistically to other blitzers. The issue is picking the ball up, though. I mean, none of his guys have bad agility, but they do kind of... I don't know, I feel like maybe a sure hands might have been smarter, but... Because sure hands allows you to, obviously... Especially if this guy's going to be a ball carrier, because he kind of has been. If he's going to be a ball carrier, sure hands lets him pick the ball up more reliably. And it also makes him immune to strip ball, which is pretty useful. But I don't know, maybe pass will work out for him. Who knows? I'm honestly not the authority on Blood Bowl or anything like that. I'm just a bit interested why he went with pass on that. Alright, my team, Folklore and Fairies, the Wood Elves. I did get I can tell you for a fact I know what I got this week, because I know exactly, because I did it the other day. So I'm still down a player, which is, who cares. But I got 3 level ups this week. As you can see, both my War Dancers have leveled, and Durga has leveled as well. So pretty straightforward on both my War Dancers. I'll just show you Jack. Both my War Dancers have taken Strip Ball, which allows them to get the ball off the enemies more easily. Basically means that when they block someone who's carrying the ball, the person will drop the ball on a push or a defender stumbles, even if they're not knocked down, which basically means that even if I don't knock it makes it a lot easier against like the stunty guys. I don't play the Lizardman for a while until the second round robin again, but the Lizardman's the obvious example, right? It's versus Skinks, it can be really hard to knock them down when they're holding the ball sometimes. Strip Ball basically allows you to, even if you only push them back, they still drop the ball. So it just makes the War Dancers a lot more reliable at attacking ball carriers and much easier to get the ball out of opposing enemy teams' hands. And then, of course, since we're Wood Elves, we can then exploit the crap out of that. So both the War Dancers have that. And then Durga, just nice and simple, I took Kick. Because kicking for the Wood Elves is super important, because if you can get a well-placed kick, you can, like, basically being able to more specifically aim my kick will allow me to exploit my opponents a little bit better, because that's my team's strength, is just being able to find the gaps in the defense and then exploit. So if I can, like, if I can aim my kick a bit better, I can intercept my own kicks in theory, or, you know, at least put it in more preferable places for me. So yeah, just nice and simple, 2 Strip Balls and a kick. I can also tell you that I bought a reroll, so I'm up to 3 rerolls instead of 2, which will be really nice. I have 2 fan factor as well from wins, which is kind of nice. But I think in terms of long-term strategy, I think I will maximum go up to 4 rerolls. I might pick up another one before the end of the league, but I'm also kind of thinking I should start saving money for another player. Because, like I said, I am down a player, so I'm thinking I should probably pick up maybe a catcher, because the Wood Elf catchers are really good. But, I don't know, that's up in the air for next week. We'll see how much money I win or lose next week, or this week. Alright, and our final team to look at is the Chaos team by SomekindWizard, Boresville Travel. So he did get some level ups. He does have an injury as well. I think this is the only new one. His Chaos Warrior has block. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only new one. Pretty standard. Makes the Chaos Warrior 4 strength much more annoying to deal with. Everything else is the same. He's still got the extra arms on this guy, which he had before. Injury, niggling injury. I'm pretty sure that was in this week as well. But if that wasn't here last week, then yeah, one of his beastmen has a niggling injury now, which, yeah, not great. It's going to make it so much more easy. It's going to make it so that guy gets injured way more easily. And that could be bad. Yeah, nothing super exciting on Dan's team. He has got a decent treasury, though. Surprised he hasn't picked up a reroll. Oh, that's why. I was thinking that he's like me and has 100k rerolls, but no, he's got 120k rerolls. That's why he hasn't picked up a reroll. He has got 4 in both the coaching assistants and cheerleaders, though. Which is why I haven't bothered putting money into any of them. Okay, so that is pretty much the teams. So, I will go and grab some of the other coaches, and we will be back to chat about next week's schedule and some trash talking and some predictions. So, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, I am back, and for once I am joined by every single coach from the league. How's it going, guys?
Yay!
What's up, bitches?
Welcome, man.
Yeah, so of course we have SomekindWizard.
Yeah.
We have Noximous. He's not saying anything.
No.
We have Ronith.
Hello!
We have Pete, or Titanscreed. He's also not saying anything.
I said yo.
I didn't hear it. It's fine. And then we have Uniform764.
Who's
Nailed it,
also not
guys.
saying anything.
Solid intro.
Thanks, dude. Way to commit.
What is this?
Alright, it's fine. So we're here to talk about the current leaderboard standings and the schedule for next week. So I currently have the schedule up, so we'll talk about that first. It's going to be some really interesting matches this week, I think, because we've got the first one, of course, is Boresville Travel, which is Dan's Chaos team, against my Wood Elves, the Folklore and Fairies.
Yeah. I'm gonna kill all your dudes.
You and
I
the...
tried that, Dan. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I was going to say...
All of the tackles you want, he just never fails an armor roll.
I was going to say, I mean, you and the 3 people I've already played.
I'd like to say, like, I've got 2 games to the contrary, which says that he does fail armor rolls. It's just they don't exist.
No, that's true. But they weren't too bad. You just got some chaos.
I did injure.
You injured one.
I injured War Dancer. He wasn't.
No,
bad.
he
was only badly hurt.
No, my War Dancer was KO'd. He was not injured.
I injured something.
Yeah, you injured the loner. Remember, he got a broken
Oh
spine.
yeah.
Old broken spine.
Uh,
just rolling the meat over.
But it's fine because that game didn't exist. So yeah, in terms of this game, this is the first time I've played against Chaos in the league, because I literally have my last 2 weeks are Dan's Chaos team and then Ronith's Chaos team.
So your matches are going to be... Well, I suppose they're going to be slightly different because of the way they've actually built their level ups.
Yeah, Ronith is struggling with... I was talking about this earlier in the, looking through the teams. Ronith is struggling with SPP on his Chaos Warriors, whereas Dan has upgrades on 2 of his Chaos Warriors.
Yeah.
What are the 2 injuries on the Dragon Tamers?
I think they just missed next game.
I'm pretty sure they're missed next games.
Yeah, they're the missing.
The Niggling's on Dan's team, right? Someone has a Niggling.
Yes, I gotta do
Yeah,
the.
it's on Awoo. I'm not sure
It's
if
on.
that's the right.
So okay, so there's a Beastman. So okay, so you're not. It's not like you're going against the Tamers, which have got a Chaos Warrior out then.
Yeah, that's the big thing I also mentioned when we'll get to on when we move on to that match. Like Ronith will be down a Chaos Warrior. So I mean, for this one, I've got 3 level ups, which makes my lineup a lot scarier. I'm still down a player, but I've been down a player since week 1.
More importantly, you have a level up on each of your warriors.
Yeah, I managed to level up both my War Dancers.
Yeah, that is a worrying factor for me. Like I don't know that I'm going to be able to deal with your war dancers, so my plan is going to be ignore them and try and just put the ball in a nest and kill all of his other elves. It's like it relies on me actually rolling against the somehow immortal team that has been Josh's dudes. So we'll have to wait and see. Like my game plan is no different from anyone else that Josh has gone up against. I'm just hoping Nuffle doesn't fuck me.
Well, the problem is I'm getting good at working out where I need to position my elves. Like if you actually watch the game versus Titanscreed that we played this week, I'm not in blocking range that often.
Very, very, pretty much only blitzes and marking. That's pretty much it.
So
He dodges out of every tackle zone.
it's good.
For agility.
Yep, for agility, man. So I mean, anyone wants to lead with the predictions of what we feel like this match will go to?
I think it's going to be 2-0, and you're just going to dance around him with the War Dancers. I think
I reckon 1-0 or 2-0 to you, but you will lose a couple of linemen. Which I presume you're fine with, because you'll just get journeyman.
Yeah.
As long as he's overprotective of his 5-6 linemen, I'll tell you that much. So he's probably just going to stick his 0-6s on the line all the time.
Yeah, well, of course.
Of course he is.
Because my zero...
They're basically SPP food for me.
Yeah, the 5-6s just have to make a pass and they level up.
As we've said, they may be food for you if you can break their armor.
Yeah, no, I don't know why none of his dudes are dying. I'm planned to be the one to change that.
Greg killed
one.
one.
Yeah. I plan to be the one to just fucking roll.
I'm trying to
super
think.
deep.
I'm trying to think. My injury list so far is one guy died. My loner has been my loner got a broken spine, and then my other loner got something else in the game that never happened. So my loners have been pretty badly messed up, and I've had a bunch of KOs, and I've had one badly injured. I think I had a bad...
You've had 1 death, 10 KOs, and 4 casualties.
Yeah, so it's pretty good, really.
That's really low, considering your whole team is AP7. That's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I think Greg kind of unskewed it a bit because he injured some elves and then he spent most of the time trying to punch Jack and failing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't intend to fight any of his war dancers. I think it's I'm gonna have faith. I think I can take it. I can make it 2-1. I don't think I can win.
I reckon
I still don't have enough skills on my dudes.
I reckon it can go. I reckon it'll go 2-1 just based on playing Titanscreed last week, which ended up 2-1. I reckon it'll go 2-1.
Yeah, maybe I'll even try this time.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you showboat like you did against Madden, I'm going to wreck you.
He's gonna punch you.
Because
I don't think like your guys aren't slow enough for me to get away
exactly,
with fucking
like,
around.
if you fuck about, my war dancers will capitalize the shit
I mean,
out of
you
it.
didn't get away with it in my game. Like, your score was nothing to do with, like, the showboating working
That's
and you
true.
looking
That's
cool.
true.
Oh no, but this is if the showboating fails. You still didn't punish me for it. He'll punish me if that happens. So yeah, no, I will. I don't know. Do I be serious or do I have fun and still just ruin someone?
Crush him!
I mean,
Yeah.
to be honest, Dan, no
To
matter
assault
every
him,
turn,
Kill Jack!
yeah, like every turn, just blitz one of his war dancers for the Chaos Warrior, because you'll probably get 2 dice.
Yeah, it's the. I figure so. Look, anyway,
Like, yeah, they have block dodge. Once he's down, just kick him.
I've got plans, so don't worry about me. Okay, I know what I'm doing. It's whether I don't.
I've never
Actually,
Is it
felt
killing Jack?
so hated.
yeah, and actually, fouling is actually not that bad against stuff like elves.
Yeah.
Simply because they have a shit armor.
Josh,
So-
I don't hate you.
Yes, you
I
do.
hate Jack.
Didn't I try to foul your guys and I didn't actually get anywhere?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I looked in the roster thing for the Hall of Fame. This is my favorite song. It's top of the Hall of Fame in most experienced players.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
He has 12.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think we've kind of had a general agreement that it's probably going to be like 2-0, 2-1 to me for this game, and unless anyone has a radically different prediction for this.
Unless the Chaos comes out with big blitzes on, and, like,
Yeah. If I don't
if they get the war dancers down,
I-
it's, it's over.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's like saying if I get all of his Chaos Warriors down, it's over.
Yeah, but you have 2 war dancers while he has 4.
Yeah, but my war dancers have skills, so it's like.
That's true. It's definitely not.
I know, I agree. I think that prediction is entirely valid, but I think it's like saying if you lose all your best players, you'll lose. It's like, like.
No, it's like when you do those comparisons. It's if you lose all 2 of your best players, it's when the problem comes in.
Yeah.
Oh god, I hope that my other Chaos Warriors can fucking pull it out. I don't care about any of my Beastmen. They've been useless to me. I don't think any of them has leveled up. Yeah, no, I've not got a single leveled Beastman.
Yeah, you
That's
and
quite interesting.
Ronith have like entire opposite teams.
We have very
So,
opposite teams.
I've been checking the stats. I have 140 successful blocks and 4 casualties sustained.
Nailed
Dan
it.
has 121 and 5 casualties inflicted, sorry.
Yes.
And then
I-
you check
that's-
Josh's, 47 blocks succeeded, 2 casualties and a kill.
You know what you
It's
should
like
do?
he has 1 less casualty inflicted
Suck
than
blood.
Well,
Dan.
that's because he's only making blocks with very few people with high success rates.
That's
Where
what I mean.
he
Like,
can
the
make
success rate
blocks
on
with
his
anyone.
block to injury ratio is insane compared
Yes,
to the bashy
because
teams.
He's just
Yeah.
because he's not bashing with any of his chaff.
It's
Because that would
it's
be
also because of
stupid.
positioning. Like he could just swarm a specific dude with L's and get a good block on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
no.
but what I'm talking about is
But
successful
ratio-
block to injury ratio. He has
Yeah.
a really good one, given apart from the mighty
Yeah,
blow
well-
on your guys, which was that last game you got?
No,
that
he literally
level?
just got the mighty blows.
Exactly, yeah. Apart from that, no one has anything to improve armor breaks.
Yeah. All right, let's
So
jump into
Josh
that.
is rolling way above average on casualty infliction.
Let's just jump through into the next lineup, which is the Praetorians coached by Uniform764 against the Dragon Tamers, which is, of course, RonithStyle's Chaos team.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Oh god, I love how there's now a growing level of salt. I want to hear the Madden's first world problems while Greg has a terrible game
All right,
again.
so
I
my
will just murder him. next time.
when my 2 beastmen leveled up last game, I basically asked myself what will be great against these 2 upcoming matches, which is up against Praetorians and then elves. Pretty much everyone there have 7 armor value, or blitzers, and blitzers and blockers from the Praetorians who have 8. But if I get an injury on some of those, it will be huge, like a blitz or something like that. So I got mighty blow on both of my beastmen,
Yeah, Ronith's going for the kill.
because I believe that if I can get enough KOs or injuries, I think I can, like, because linemen on Praetorians are super, super annoying, and getting them just out of the way so they don't fend me, use fend all the time, and I can't advance. I think that'll definitely get me at least a score.
So the main thing to think about in this match as well is both Madden is down a blitzer, so you're fielding 3 blitzers, and which means you have a journeyman peasant on your team that you don't want, and Ronith has lost the Chaos Warrior, so he's got a journeyman beastman he doesn't want.
Yep.
So both teams are down 1 player, and they're down a crucial player as well.
I'm down 2 players, but I bought an extra beastman, so
Yeah.
who's called Fartigors, which I was like, you have the
Keep
best
it.
name.
Keep the name.
Yeah, and he has 1 SPP, so why not? He was
Yeah,
the one.
it was one of your MVPs, right? Your loners, sorry.
Faster.
Yeah, it was my loner. So I only had 1 SPP. I had money, and I'm like, sure, whatever. You have an amazing name.
Alright, so predictions on, like, how do we think the game is actually going to go? Like, we've heard Ron's plan to just kill people, but, I mean...
Not necessarily kill people, but get the armor breaks.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just kind of funny, because we go to every matchup, and it's just like, so what's your plan? It's like, my plan is to punch people?
That's never been my plan.
It's been everyone's plan.
Well, I'm chaos. It has to be like the baseline of my plan.
All right.
Like,
I would say the
bad
big
people-
issue I've had is I've had a blitzer level, and he didn't roll great, so he's got pass because of
I was-
blitzers don't get strength.
I was-
Poor Madden.
I was questioning your choice of pass. I was like, what other skills could you have taken other than the pass?
I was tempted by leader for the reroll.
Yeah, I was thinking like leader
is
or
a-
pro for something, or like
And then I've got a blocker with guard, which is good. And then
Guard is
everyone
good.
else is basically got no SPP. Like, I've had no SPP progression. It's kind of weird.
Oh, poor Madden.
You do
I've never-
have
So my
SPP
plan is just to try and
progression.
get any SPP on anyone with
That's
vanity
reasonable.
You
passes.
have 3 level ups, which is the same as me.
Yeah,
so
I got
I think,
the kicking lineman who is of basically no value.
yeah, but that's still something. Like, you can place that kick quite well, and that can fuck me over. Guard is super strong. Then what did you get? Catch on the blitzer?
all the blitzers have
All
pass.
cats.
that they come with
Right.
catch, yeah.
Yeah, he got passed.
Pass.
I was thinking maybe like Shohan's would have been smarter, but I think that's probably an agility skill.
Yeah.
Because like I was thinking like if you want that guy to be a ball carrier, like you should have him more.
Yeah,
Shohan-
you only get access to general and passing, I think, as a blitzer.
Yeah, general and passing. The others are doubles. But Pete, what do you think about this matchup? Since you haven't said anything on it so far.
I think, I don't know. I don't think so, because while I think Ronith's going to go straight all out demolition, I think like just the skills on the Praetorians are just going to outplay, and I think they're just going to be too strong to counter.
I'm inclined
punch
to
skills.
agree. Because
I'd say it's going to be a close one, and I'm going to say it's going to be 1-0 or 1-1. But you know the way that people have been getting diced recently, I don't want to see which way it's going to go. But I think it's going to be a 1-0 or a 1-1.
yeah, I want to say that I think like I reckon it's slightly tilted towards Madden. I think Madden probably could have won last week, but got fucked by dice in key circumstances. But I don't know. I don't think it's not going to be a high scoring game unless something stupid happens. You know, like a kick that's in the perfect place followed by an instant blitz on the dice roll, kickoff table and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the fact that he has Mighty Blow on 2 Beastmen now, because they're strength 4 when they blitz. So, like, he gets a 2-dice block with Mighty Blow, like, on his blitz every turn, basically. That's
only if
going.
that's only if he's blitzing with his beast with that specific beastman though.
Yeah, but he has 2 of them. Like, the chances are one of
Yeah,
them
I
is
know
gonna
it's
be in
pretty
position
reasonable,
for
but it's like he might want to blitz with a Chaos Warrior. Like it's the strength 4 Mighty Blow is pretty scary.
Basically, I don't like. It's not like I'm going all out on offensive. It's just I feel like the Mighty Blow is going to get these guys SPP. It's going to hurt people. And
I'm not
just
going all
get
out
them
offensive. I've only got Mighty Blow on both level ups I got there.
It's 2 guys
Out of the 3 level ups you have.
I mean,
Yeah, so?
it's not-
I mean,
One of
I
them is
hate to
picking up the
agree
ball.
with Madden, but
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I see what you're trying to say, Ronith, but essentially what you're saying is like, I'm not going aggressive, but on 2 out of my 3 level ups, I went aggressive.
Fair
But
enough.
so
Alright, I'm
far,
super
I've
aggressive.
gone
I'm going to
aggressive.
kill you all. Alright.
Nailed it. All right.
You're all dead.
So does anyone have any diverging opinion other than like I think the general consensus so far seems to be it'll probably be like a 1-1 or a 1-0.
yeah,
Anyone?
probably. Sounds about right.
The fact that I now have a blitzer with pass and all blitzers come with catch means I have some potential to ball play now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I said in the earlier thing where I was going through what upgrades teams have gotten. The main issue you've got is picking the ball up. Like, that's the main thing you have, because you have no one with sure hands, which means... I mean, you have okay agility. It's agi 3 on everyone, which is okay. But it still means, like, there's that sort of... Because there's no sure hands, there's a sort of slight chance every time you try and pick the ball up. It's just, like, it might
A
just
slight
fuck you.
chance of ruining you, and that
Yeah.
slight chance builds up like fucking misery soup.
Yeah. Because it's one of the most miserable things in the world when you can't...
Just can't
You
pick
can't
up
pick the ball up. It's miserable.
Yeah, it's like playing
know,
chess,
you
but then someone
scored
keeps
off
taking a piece away
Reroll
from you.
drop, didn't you, Josh?
Yeah. Alright. Let's move on to the last matchup, which is the Titanscreed's Alcoholic Gameplay and Orcs versus Greg's Lizardmen, the Tilted Scales.
What shape are the teams in?
I've got all my players.
They
Greg
both-
has
I have
his
all mine
players.
too, but only because I had to replace the guy that tripped on his own fucking tail, ripped it off, and died.
Yep.
Because he's a fucking retard.
I thought they'd grow back.
You'd think that.
Well, the
But
problem
apparently-
was the tail got ripped off so hard the rib cage came with it.
Oh, he
Yeah,
won't
it's-
combat himself.
It's like a bee's sting. He ripped his own heart and fucking insides out as he did it.
Alright, so this
now
is...
I
This
have
is
a new guy simply called The Replacement. There
Nice.
he is.
So the main issue, I was looking again at the teams thing, and like, the main issue again I've seen for Greg's team is you've got two Sauruses with block, but then all the other Saurus have nothing.
They're all
They're
Just-
still Saurus.
They are, but he's against Orcs where it matters less.
yeah.
Because like Titancreed has 4 Black Orcs and Blitzers with block, so. I must say the Black Orcs. Sorry, I misphrased that slightly. Like the Black Orcs don't have block, but they are Strength 4, and then he's got Blitzers who have block. Like I personally think Orcs versus Lizardmen is one of the best. Like it's not a bad matchup for the Orcs as compared
It's not-
to other people.
The problem
I think
is
the
that
game goes back.
he's got high movement skinks, which I'm not going to be able to catch.
Uh,
Like
Is your one-
they're going to be the big problem.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
it's-
That's always the case with the Lizardmen, though. Like
If the game goes bashy, I think it'll go with the Orcs, but if Greg can get some room to ball play and run, then I see it going to him.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it though, because my guys will pass to your team. And kill themselves. So,
As
you
you
should probably be fine. Unless I were to just pick up the ball and just run. If I attempt anything vaguely resembling playing the ball, you'll get the ball and score. That's what we've
that's
learned.
because you only because the thing with the Skinks. The Skinks are really good at holding onto the ball and running with it, but no one on your team has a ball handling skill. There is no ball handling skills on
The
your team.
highest agi is 3, and there's no ball handling skill.
Yeah, because you
So it's
took
like-
you took jump up, didn't you, on your Skink that
Yeah.
leveled?
Yeah. So he could run better.
Yeah. So
But still!
No,
Come
no,
on,
that's fine.
throwing the ball is
Don't
gonna
pass
really...
to the enemy team!
I'll appreciate it.
Yeah, assholes. At least just miss.
I'd be having just played you, Pete. I'd be really interested to see if you try your super cage tactic again.
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
That was a really interesting cage, yeah.
I didn't watch. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a
Goblin
cage
surrounded by
the
4
entire
Black
team.
Orcs.
Well, it was one goblin in the middle, 4 black orcs on the corners, and then the rest of the team around that.
Yeah. You only touched down once with that strategy.
Yeah, the
Because
basic.
I had 2 turns on the previous thing, I still managed to drive
exactly.
it.
It was funny.
Fine.
So yeah, I think. So what we think about scoring in this matchup?
I have no idea. I know
Uh,
what it should be, but I'm not optimistic about it being.
1-1? Maybe 2-1 to Lizardmen?
Yeah, the thing is though, like, I reckon the Lizardmen, because the orcs, because none of the orcs have tackle, which makes dealing with the skinks slipping through the lines is going to happen, and so like the second one of your orcs, like your thrower, like fails to pick up the ball or throws it badly or something like that, or there's a fumble, the skinks can just. There's not a lot you could do to
But
stop the
I
skinks
I
capitalizing.
fixed that problem. My goblin now has catch. so I can play the passing game with my
Yeah.
thrower and my goblin.
I did point out in the thing that you have literally a reroll on all 3 actions. You have sure hands on the thrower, so he has a reroll on picking it up. He has pass, so he has a reroll on passing it, and then the goblin has catch, so you have a reroll on catching it.
So if he misses and it doesn't catch,
It wouldn't surprise
it's
me.
really unlikely.
I've failed sure hands before.
Oh, I've failed sure hands. Everyone knows I think everyone in this group knows the tale at this point of my Skaven player who failed a sure hands 3 times in a row.
And he didn't pick it up.
No,
That's great.
It was essentially 6 fails in a row. That was a good game. It was a good game.
Good game. I enjoyed it.
All right, I reckon Greg can get a 2-1.
I reckon Greg's going to walk away with it.
I like to think I could get a 2-1.
See, I think
I'm going to say it's all going to be very dependent on who gets the starting drive at this point. Like,
Maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
See, like if you were against me again, I would kind of agree because if you can knock people out before I could get get the ball and run with it, like you can whittle down my team and then get touchdowns when I don't have players left to defend. But against Lizards,
as
Everybody
proven
who
over
is
3
actual-
weeks, as proven over 3 weeks worth of games, I'm getting diced badly.
yeah.
So
Everybody who's actually bashing in this match has armor 9, so I don't think there's gonna be too much, I'm just gonna outnumber the other, opponent. I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. I think the main thing is the Orcs are going to have to keep it's the standard stuff. The Orcs have to take out the Skinks or have to be super aware of where the ball is at all times. Otherwise, the Skinks are just going to run all over you while the Lizardmen just act as a meat wall.
All about positioning. Again, orcs are super slow. They need to be in the right position to react, otherwise they will get outrun.
All right. I think anyone got any last opinions on that match, or should we just move on to take a look at the current leaderboard standings?
I think it'll be a bloodbath of misery for both players, and no one will score.
That sounds like what I'm thinking is going to happen. I don't feel like that's what should happen,
but
I feel like it's what's going to happen.
Oh, one last thing to point out is because the matchup between Ronith and Madden, neither of those players record things. That match, I will be recording from spec for you, hopefully, and putting that up on my channel.
Cool.
So, I'll do some snarky commentary and shit talk you all. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move over to the leaderboard. It's slightly broken. It's kind of funny. My team value hasn't updated for some reason, so my team value is not 970. It's currently 1080. But yeah, I pointed this out earlier. We have it split straight down the middle. Dragon Tamers, Sir Robin's Braves, and Folklore and Fairies are all sitting at 2 wins, 0 draws, 1 loss. And then Tilted Scales, Boresville Travel, and Alcoholic Gameplay are sitting at 1 win, 0 draws, and 2 losses. So it's just split straight down the middle currently.
Titan, Greg, we need to really fucking up our ante and crush these pricks. So, I mean, if we can just all get on that.
The interesting thing,
great.
is I'm trying to think who's playing who. So it's
I'm the only one with a chance
No,
of
it's Lizardman.
asserting myself in the leaderboard.
It's-
Those two are going to only make each
The
other
me and
stay
Ronith
worse.
game is going to be really important
The main,
Yeah.
because someone could go 3-1.
yeah, but I'm playing against Dan, so I could go 3-1 as well.
Not only that, it would
That's true.
elevate me most likely to position 3 in the rankings. Because even if Greg and Titan go at it, they're a 4th and 6th place team, so unless there's a massive SPP feed, it's unlikely that he's going to make it into the top 3 with a 2 score and whatever the team is.
The most interesting thing will be if draws come out, because if draws come out, that starts massively changing the board.
No, I disbelieve. And the only draw that's going to happen is the 0-0 draw that is going to be Greg and Titanscreed, so the board isn't going to change.
No players left on the pitch. The last one is
Yeah.
both down, both injured.
Yeah, no,
How-
everyone's going to be out of the fight except for 2 guys, and neither of them can pick up the fucking ball.
Or it's my Croxigor who will just stand there boneheading for the rest of the game.
How low? I've forgotten. What's the actual ruling? I know there's a point where if you get a team to a certain amount, you can concede without penalty if your team gets to a certain amount of players.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's
Let's-
like
Let's make a pact to not do that.
it's like if you get down to 3 players or something, you can concede without penalty.
That sounds like they're just letting you go. You know what? The glue factory's right over there, man. You
Yeah,
got hooves, Mr. Beastman. Got hooves.
So I mean, in terms of outcomes, like Ronith and Man are playing each other, so ignoring draws, obviously, one of them's going to 3-1, and the other one's going to 2-0-2.
Yeah.
Me and Dan, so that could take me to 3-1, or Dan to 2-0-2 and me to 2-0-2. So that would tie up the middle of the board. If I lose to Dan, and well, it doesn't even matter. Like, so long as someone wins in the Ronith versus Mana matchup, and then I lose to Dan, that just puts a whole bunch of people in 2-0-2.
Yeah, and then one of...
And then one person on
Mana.
3-0-1. Yeah.
Yeah.
103, yeah.
And then also, like, again, looking at the Lizardmen Orcs, again, that could also go to 2-0-2 and 1-0-3, so it's like, basically what could happen next week is you could just have a guy on 3-0-1, and then a bunch of 2-0-2s, and then a 1-0-3.
And that 103 is going to be really embarrassed and want to kill himself.
There's one more!
Good news! I can't be
Good
that
news,
guy.
everyone!
I also
I'm
can't be
not
that guy.
miserable. Don't worry, because if it's me, I won't even feel bad. You'd better hope I get crushed so that I can be the only 103.
Well, to be fair, we have to think about this.
You will never be the only 103, Dan. Unless me and Pete.
You guys draw.
Yeah.
So, the main thing to think about is, so this is week 4, and then we'll have week 5 next week, and then that'll be the first round robin over, and then we've got another round robin before we split off into the top 4 into elimination brackets, so it'll be really interesting.
We're approaching the crux of the first round.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the leaderboard's going to be like at the end of week 5.
I hope I just
When
win.
you start the second lead, the second lead, like, round robin, are you able to make it so that we are already in place with our scores as they are?
No, I'm going to have to manually add it.
Okay.
It doesn't change anything. Basically, I'm just going to set another round robin, call it stage 2, and then we'll just add the wins, draws, and losses from the first one to decide the thing. So I have to do a bit of manual maths at the end, but it's not going to be that complicated.
Okie dokie.
I mean,
Yes.
the most you're going to have to add is 5 to a number.
No, that's not
4.
true. It's 4.
Yeah.
No, not even... No, because you only play 4 people. You don't play 5...
Yeah.
Oh, no, you play 5 people, yeah. So the most you're going to be able to add is 4, because everyone's lost at least one game.
Yep. Wins.
I think we'll be fine with
For
that. Matt.
losses either. Nope. Yep, that's my alarm and stuff, so I need to, like...
Yeah,
Bye,
okay,
Dan. Go have fun with your dancing and singing.
Yeah.
Alright,
The
we'll wrap...
stage beats me.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining us for the Week 3 wrap-up. Hope to see you guys in Week 4, when I'm sure the games are going to be just as good as they've been so far. I think we've had a really good league so far, personally.
Yeah, I've
It's
had a
been
good time.
salty. I like it.
Nailed it.
I'm glad that I've played a Blood Bowl game where I've not been salty and I've got to enjoy everyone else's suffering.
Well, you're welcome, man.
Thank you. Thank you, loyal subjects.
Alright, we will catch you next week in the Week 4 wrap-up. Until then, enjoy the games.
Bye.
Bye.